Hello, everyone. This is Jerry Fight Commentary Breakdance. We got Brother Guan back because I wanted to see what he's been up to. So, Brother Guan, welcome back.
Hey everyone, I'm Tan Win, also known as Brother Guan on YouTube. I'm a semi regular um fencing HEMA GN5 petitioner, and yeah, it's here to do the interview.
Yeah. So, what has been going on since last time we talked?
Ooh, quite a bit. I recently, after a few tournaments, I've managed to reach up to top 500. Um top 500 longsword fencing. I participated and taught a seminar at Fun Fact in here in Pittsburgh, the largest fencing event HEMA event in the United States. It's and recently I just transferred and will start regularly teaching at Hilton Home here in Pittsburgh.
Wow. So, let's go over the three things. So, let's start with the competition stuff. So, what did you learn? What were some intricacies during your competitions?
So the competition that boosted my ratings things up was Yudol in I think Etna in Pennsylvania. Um, it was a very complex tournament that instead of having a set amount of fights, everyone fought everyone, but only for one exchange. If you hit it, you won. If you got hit, you lost. If you both hit, you both lost. So it very much emphasizes very clean fencing and thing. And I managed to get I think second place is at that tournament, and that boosted my ratings enough up to top 5% and on HEMA ratings.
Wow. How do you spell Rudolph?
What?
The competition, how do you spell it?
Yodel. What? YULDUEL.
Oh,
It's
okay.
it's in what Eastern Pennsylvania. Yeah, by like the Philly
Oh,
scene.
I see. Okay. Okay. Wow. It's like
Yes.
there's all these cool little competitions that like we don't know about if we're not in this world. Let me just share my screen for everyone just to show guys, look, this is Ton, man, and number two
Yeah.
here. Yeah, good job, Ton.
Yeah.
Wow.
My I had my competition cut out for me. The um these these three those like other four that I ate were tough. Steve D, the guy that got first place, is fantastic fencer. It's
Mm-hmm.
not much I can like say about losing to him.
Mm-hmm.
Um, the tournament right after that, I did Unicorn Cup in Pittsburgh. Um, I it was a tough tournament. and um, it it was three tournaments in one day, and I participated in all three of them. It was longsword, saber, rapier. Long, longsword. I believe I won. I made it to like the top 50%, but couldn't get. I was one win away from getting a medal, and the others I didn't do too well in because I was exhausted. Let's see. Yeah. Um, and the most recent tournament this February was actually a Lynx Cup, which was a huge tournament. Like Ben Craig number I think 4 right now, best longsword fencer in the world. Like the number 12, number 30th, all showed up. Though that was the toughest tournament I've ever been to. It was my first time fencing in a like high echelon on tier, the A tier fencing, and I got my ass kicked. It's like it's like there's not much to say. I just got my ass kicked.
And why do you think in the Lynx Cup it didn't go as you planned? Was it just because the level of competition was high, or did you not prepare well for it, or both?
I think I prepared for it as much as I can, and like I didn't do poorly. I think I got like top 16%, and but like the level of competition is just so ridiculously hot. To like before I was fencing a very wide span of people that like either they got like this was their first tournament, or like they've won some tournaments before, but it's not a regular thing. Now I'm fighting people that consistently get at medals after medals every time they go to a tournament. The um uh that Lynx Cup was a longsword, which I participated in, saber, which I participated in, and messer. Messer I got a medal in. I think I got sixth place, and you got a medal for top eight, and yeah, longsword was the toughest one because that was that was just the highest echelon, and saber. I don't know. I did really really bad in saber. It was like I could say that oh I was tired, or it was like oh I was fencing that entire weekend and but like I lost. It just happens. Sometimes you just perform really really bad.
Yeah, makes sense. So, going forward, you're gonna switch fencing clubs. Let's talk about that.
So, before I was waterfront historical fencing for the past 4 years. Is recently, like, look, I'm not gonna get into it because there's not a lot of things that I want to go out in public. But recently there's been some controversy, some disagreements with the landlord, the club owner. We so the fencing part, because waterfront historical fencing was also an MMA gym and split off from the MMA gym, and now like most of the people, the fencers, the sword fighters in that gym is now transferring to Hilton Home. Literally, like it was literally like a 5 minute drive away from the club, Hilton Home, which is, I believe, currently we have like 5 clubs in Pittsburgh. So currently one of the bigger club, like objectively the most successful club in Pittsburgh.
And have you been training with them ever before, or will you be kind of training for the first time with them?
So I was like around on like the Pittsburgh HEMA scene for long enough for me to like know most of them. I'm friends with a lot of them there. No, like I've been training with them for quite a few times. There's a few videos of me fencing them on my YouTube channel, participating in a lot of their tournaments, and so yeah.
Wow, that's awesome. That's awesome. So, how often do you think you're going to be training?
The answer is how much my work wants me to, but but I'm trying to get at least like a minimum of 3 times a week, up to 5 or 6 times a week.
Wow.
Yeah, like I'm so young. I have a lot of energy. So I'm down to put a good bit of my life to it, because this is like a passion hobby of me.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, so now you're also gonna teach, or is this the first time you're teaching, or have you taught before?
So last year I started teaching at the waterfront historical fencing, and saying what I was good at was stuff that because we were mainly a longsword club. Longsword club. We had um like we had a really good rapier fencer, and we have a really good saber fencer. So every now and then they would teach, but primarily we were longsword. Or the thing I taught was everything that wasn't longsword, saber, or rapier. So there's like jian or side sword, or like I would go into like my first class was sword and buckler. Buckler. So no, so I have taught before, and I have been sent out like every now and then to teach a seminar. I've taught about four Genfa seminars. It's just in the Pittsburgh area.
Wow. I see. I see. So the new teaching, is it going to be once a week or?
Yeah, once a week, and like people do look up to me in the scene. So if they ask me questions and want me to coach for them, I'll love to do it. I'll do no problem.
Yeah. Wow. That's great. How do you structure your classes when you teach? Do you do like any wushu warm-ups, or is it just mostly HEMA warm-ups, or it's a hybrid?
So I my ideology with it is a lot of the old masters, both wushu and HEMA, when you look at the text and like stories, and even modern like kungfu schools or wushu schools, they have this very deep like integrity of like structure and culture and ritual, which there is parts of it that I want to preserve, but also I can look back at it and say, like, yeah, these old masters were probably really good, but they also didn't have like modern sports science and a life expectancy after 40. So if there's something I prefer to teach, like if there's something that is safer in the long run and that is not traditional, I would rather teach that than adhering to tradition.
Yeah, exactly. That's great because obviously what you said about sports science, it's so important. Like it's evolved a lot, man. It's evolved a lot, and we need to stay up to the times. Not everything taught in the old days was correct.
Yeah, like that. We should respect like the old masters and the old like manuals, but like that there is objectively better ways to like teach and perform techniques. The first thing that comes to mind is in general hua, flowering motions with your wrist. The in a lot of, I don't have a sword with me right now, but in a lot of like modern wushu schools, they teach while like that, which like if you look at like wushu athletes in 20-30 years, they start developing like tendinitis in their wrists, which is something you don't want. And I like everyone I want people to do this sport for 20, 30, 40 more years after I teach them. I'm still 22 years old. I'm like I still have a lot of things that will build up over time.
Yeah.
So like how when I teach Hua in my class, instead of doing this like huge wrist motion, I teach let go of the sword, turn your wrist, grab the sword again.
Oh.
And so
yeah.
And so it's like very much reduces the strain on your wrist.
Yeah.
But you can still perform that same motion.
Yeah. Yeah. Exactly. I hurt my wrist, not through martial arts, funny enough, but a few years ago, I hurt my wrist because I was moving something. And so I've been doing occupational therapy for my wrist on and off. And yeah, I just laugh because a lot of these weapon related sports, I'm sure if you're not careful, everyone's going to be doing occupational therapy on their wrists in a few years. So
not just wrists, like a lot, like the main injury I've seen is them blowing out their knee or blowing out their knee or ankles because they lunge to like way farther than they could like should naturally do. Like at all of my classes, I start with yoga. I start with like because like by the end of the class, everyone's tired and don't want to do yoga and they want to hit stuff with swords. I'm not. So like every class we start with yoga to build up those like tiny stability muscles.
Are there any videos or any footage of you teaching?
I have videos of a seminar I taught in Vietnam because I just came to Vietnam a few months ago. Oh, talked to the local HEMA club in Ho Chi Minh City, and I taught a seminar there. There's a video of me teaching that.
That's awesome. I'm gonna share my screen. Let's see what we can find.
I don't think it's on YouTube. I have a Google form, a Google.
I see. Yeah. So like this is one that I think was this one that I'm hovering around. Was this uploaded last time we talked?
No.
Okay.
I think the last time we talked, I uploaded a bit. It was right before I uploaded the hour-long For Honor video.
Oh, I see. Okay, I see. So this one. Oh, that can help.
别墅里面唱 K，
Footage.
水池里面饮龙鱼。
Okay. Wow. Oh, it's always good to see you. Yeah.
That's the club I'll be going. I'm going to.
Mm-hmm.
They ran a tournament. More bang for your buckler. I got second that tournament. And it was me using it was a side sword tournament, and it was me using Jian, and because the organizers let me use a Jian.
Wow, I see. Wow. And you still have your awesome uniform, man. Look at that thing.
Yeah, that was a custom. Yeah, that's not going anywhere.
Man. So tell me about your guard style. Oh, what is it called again? The way you hold your sword?
Okay. So the in a longsword context, that like sword down to the ground is called Albert, or the foolish guard. Or in one-handed tradition, it's also called the bastion. Bastion. But specifically in Jian, it's like point low. No, point low is piercing earth. My ideology when it comes to fencing as a whole is like when you're boxing, you can choose high guard, long guard, like low guard, Philly shell, other stuff. I personally like low guard in fencing because it opens up everything, and since I'm like 5'5" and not particularly tall, the main option for most people is hitting in my head, and I can rely on my distance management and head movement to dodge. And like because my guard is low, I'm less tired. I spend less energy, and I could like surprise people with my reach, because I can lunge pretty far, and I am a pretty fast fencer.
Yeah.
And
I see.
But the problem is, sword low just removes all of your natural defense.
Wow. Oh, look at that transition. Oh, the camera fell. Oh, that's funny. I thought you put a transition, but it's just the camera fell. How long does it take you to edit these videos?
Maybe, the main thing is that I need to wait for the person usually the person recording to send me footage. Because whenever I go to a tournament, either I'm with my clubmates, which are already fencing, or I'm by myself, which I don't have anyone recording.
Yeah.
So So I have someone record. Like I have a spectator record for me.
I see.
Like the editing itself takes maybe like 3-4 hours. Not too hard.
Mm-hmm. Wow. I don't think I've ever seen any sword and buckler footage from you. That would be something really. Is there any sword and buckler on your channel?
There should be on Sword Derby Library channel that there's videos of me
Let's see.
let me see.
Oh, look at
Yeah,
this.
this is my instructor. He
Oh, cool.
he has
Do I search Tan? Would I or Brother Guan? Let's see.
no, I don't know how. I forgot. It could be T Win or something like that.
Oh, T Win. Okay. What if T? Did I spell it right?
Yeah. Oh no, NGUIEN.
Oh, T Win. Oh, there it is. Oh, that's what you go by. You go by T Win like this.
Mm.
Oh, so this is.
Oh, this fight
This
I
is
got
the
mad.
Lynx Cup tournament, huh?
Yeah. Oh, this fight I got mad in. It's just some calls by the judges I really disagree with.
Oh.
I got mad in that tournament.
What happens if you get mad? Like, will they give you like a yellow card or something if you yell too much? Or tell me about that process.
So, if I talk back to, like, I'm allowed to be mad. Clearly, it's a competitive sport. You're allowed to be angry.
Mm-hmm.
But if you like hit hard, if you increase in like, if you hit harder, you normally the rules is that if it's a one-time thing, it's a yellow card. If you get a yellow card and you keep hitting harder and harder, is a red card.
Oh.
Bad sportsmanship, depending on level, is like bad sportsmanship depending on level is either a yellow card. Like if I got hit and I curse, it happens. Who cares?
Mm-hmm.
If I curse, like if I insult my the other fencer is generally not approved. And if I talk back or I insult a judge or director, usually at most tournaments, that's a black card. You get kicked out.
Oh.
Yeah. So like I can get mad at the judges and directors. It happens, but unless I like insult them or talk back to them, that's like usually frowned upon. Like you're allowed to ask, hey, why was I hit? I was like, oh, why do you call against me? I just wanted to know that. That's okay. I don't get most judges and directors will respect if like you get really mad and you say, hey, I'm getting frustrated. Can we like take a minute for everyone to just take a breather?
Yeah.
And like calm down.
I see.
Yeah. Sword and buckler is normally not really my thing.
Mm-hmm.
But since I was teaching a class on it, I read up on sources.
Mm-hmm.
And one of my club mates was fencing in this. I didn't want her to fence, be the only person to fence alone.
Mm-hmm.
So I joined the sword and buckler tournament with her.
I see. For people who are not too initiated about the sword and buckler, how does the little buckler, like, what does it do?
A lot. So the buckler is like straight up one of the best forms of defense you can get. Because of how triangulation works, the closer you are to the opponent, the more the buckler provides. Yeah, because swords are sticks and sticks go at an angle. So if if I parry, like there's a rule of advice from JJ from one of the best sword and buckler defenders I know, a guy named JJ. He says never parry the sword with the buckler, parry the hands because of the axis of angle. no, the closer your buckler is to their hands, the more defense you get, and like once you defend with the buckler, you can get hit on with the sword. Or my general like rule of thumb ideology is like when a cut goes, I can parry out with both the sword and the buckler, and I can line up a thrust with it.
I see. Oh, that's a really cool image because with bigger shields, you're always thinking about it like parrying the actual weapon, but with the buckler, it's okay, parry the hand, take out the hand. Oh, that's so cool.
Mm.
Wow. Are there any weapons that you're getting into or you want to get into?
So the weapon I want to get into is side sword. Main problem with that is that side sword is just inherently a very unpopular weapon. There's like maybe like 1 or 2 tournaments every other year in the local area I go to. It's just not a popular weapon. It's and side sword is very expensive. It's expensive. So I get jealous when when I see someone with a nice side sword because those can go up to like $500-$600.
Wow.
When you can get like a long sword for like $300, maybe $400. Mm.
And why is side sword so fun or something you want to learn?
So side sword is, I say, is the equal and closest relative in HEMA to Jian, and like the movements, like strategy and just fencing as a whole is, I think, is very similar. And like since I have so much history in Jian, and I want to get into side. I have a side sword that I'm not a big fan of, so I'm probably gonna get a different one.
Wow. Yeah, I would have never known because the picture of the side sword looks very different than a Jian, but I guess the techniques and stuff are
So all sword terminology is made up, but when you tell HEMA what a side sword is, they would imagine basically a rapier but shorter, because historically side sword spadellaro was just the sword you would wear at your side when you go to war, or and like rapiers are great dueling weapons. They were never really used on a battlefield. Same thing with side sword to a certain extent, and but rapiers are maybe 4 inches long, 4 inches long. No, not 40 inches long, like 100 centimeters from the guard, while side swords usually lie around like 32, 36, which is like very similar to what like Jian were. Jian usually were up to like 32 inches in blade.
Wow. I see. I'm just I'll show you one of the videos that I sort of found while you were talking. Here's an example of
Blood and iron martial arts. They have a reputation. Yeah. The I think the main thing that separates Jian from side sword is how much they prefer to be in the bind. And side sword loves being in the bind because the bind is when sword touch sword. It can be like long drawn out like exchanges. It could be like sword to swords. That's considered the bind. And side sword wants to be in the bind. And so they can like line up thrust and like line up thrust or like go around cut with a sword. That's how you keep yourself safe. I think in general, Jianfa fencers don't want to be in the bind as much. They don't want swords to touch sword. So they rely more on like head movement or distance management to avoid and dodge. Dodge.
Oh yeah, see, that's an example of them being in the bind, right?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
These guys are super great. They're very informational. They teach in a very in a way that I quite enjoy.
Wow.
Like when they explain something, it's not you just do this. It's you do like the reason why you do this is blah 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 blah. I really enjoy these guys' videos.
Wow. This is cool. Like just by searching side sword, I found all these cool channels. Look at that. I love the backdrop too. Like this is the beauty of being in Europe, right? Look at the beautiful building in the backdrop.
Yeah. Another thing about side sword, specifically Johann Meyer's interpretations, is that side sword looks like the techniques are so very pretty looking. There's a fencer, Robert Rutherford, I think his name, in Atlanta. Yeah, I think he has a YouTube channel. He fences very, very well.
Rutherford. Let's see if we can find. Let's see.
Yeah.
Oh, here, Rutherford.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Got another guy to subscribe to. Oh.
There's one technique in his video. Oh, it's like the device from hanging that.
Dude, this is cool. Like, we should just do more talks where we just like explore videos together. Oh, you're right, dude. He's like elegant.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Yeah, I really like the way he fences. He fences very, very pretty.
Wow. Oh, this is cool. This is like, when people think of Chinese martial arts, maybe some Japanese martial arts, they're like, there's an element of aesthetics built in, right? This is he's showing he can do that with Western stuff too.
So this specifically Meyer is what he's doing. I think it's a 15th century source from a knife maker in modern day Switzerland, a guy named Johann Meyer. He that's the HEMA system I like to perform in. He has a very different ideology from from even like something like Kendo, which is closer surprisingly similar to Jian, is in a lot of Chinese martial arts, is that like a fencer shouldn't stay in a guard for more than a blink of an eye. So he believes like in constant motion, because like as long as you're moving, your enemy has to be on the defensive. So like if you are always consistently moving, you look very much, you very much can like set up an attack, throw feints, or like do actions that will lead them into more predictable outcomes. So when you look at a lot of Meyer fencers, they swing their swords in a circle and and do these like big ostentation flourishes every time.
Wow, I see. Oh, so he even does like videos. He's breaking down the like certain. Wow. So I guess there's a whole school. You can call them Meyer fencers.
So Meyer comes from a history of Bjorn Ruther is also a fantastic source on Meyer.
Wow.
So Meyer comes from a tradition of German fencing called Kunstfechten, or KDF, like art of combat, or art of fighting in German. The first earliest accounts, I think, is 14th century from from a guy named Johannes Lichtenauer, and we don't know a lot about him. Like, I think he was supposed to be a mercenary in the Hussite Wars. There's also people that like don't think he actually exists. But Johannes Lichtenauer started like the Code of Lichtenauer, which was a secret sword society, and his whole ideology was, hey, I'm going to teach you sword fighting. Do not write any of my techniques down. And all of his students, being good students, wrote his techniques down. And that's how we know what his system is like. Meyer is the absolute latest of the Lichtenauer system. It got to the point where people started using like muskets and pike and shot formations. And Meyer wrote down in his book, like exactly, like we no longer have a place to learn fencing, or like we no longer have a place for sword fighting. So, but we must keep the tradition alive because it's manly. So, so Meyer was very different from a lot of the Code of Lichtenauer, where he was very open about teaching to the public. He kind of like marketed himself as like a offensive to people. But if you look at like Meyer type fencing compared to like pure traditional Lichtenauer fencing, it's still very much different because it's like a 200 year gap.
Wow. What I'm really appreciating about this video is I didn't realize how long the pikes were. Wow.
Oh yeah. I've never done pike fencing myself. I do have some clubmates that have done it. I've done spear fencing before, which is super fun.
Wow. Yeah, because you mentioned pike and shot, right? And it's like, now I know, like, you're not getting through a row of pikes like this. This is scary.
Well, yeah, when you have like maybe a few 100,000 of men with pikes, like the only war tactic you can really come up with is run up to them and shoot them with a gun.
Yeah. Exactly. And then that's why they had the shot, right? To prevent that.
Yeah.
So I guess, you would have to grapple the pike basically. Wow.
Grappling is a very integral part of fencing.
Yeah.
Because there is a point where the moment you get into range where there's no way you can feasibly get momentum to do any damage with a sword, so you have to grapple. Like I don't think grappling should be like the number one strategy you should do. If your fencing relies on grappling, you need to work on your fencing. But there is like, I do think there are people that say, oh, I'm not going to train grappling at all and just rely on my fencing. But like, and people who say, hey, I'm going to work on my grappling and like try to get always close in to grappling, which one is harder said than done, and two, like I said, I would like fencing is like you need to be able to have good fencing even if you want to go into grappling, because if you have bad fencing and your plan is to get into grappling, a good fencer is just gonna snipe you as you go in.
Yeah, exactly. Makes a lot of sense, right? This isn't bare hand. This is weapons. A snipe will actually kill you in real life, right? So paradigm changes.
Yeah. So like I think there's a point to training wrestling, but there's also a point but you shouldn't ever rely on wrestling.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, so we can spend the last portion of the talk. Let's talk about what's next for you. So obviously you're going to teach. What other tournaments are you going to do? Tell me more about that.
I don't have any big tournaments coming up. Let me check my schedule. Actually, no, I do. I have Gazelle, in fact, in October in Oklahoma, which is one of the biggest tournaments. Like I signed up for that. There's no major tournaments between that I'm planning to come to. Maybe some local tournaments and some small tournaments, but yeah, I'll be teaching at Hillenhelm. Hillenhelm Historical Fencing in Squirrel Hill in Pittsburgh, and help set up some events. I plan on I plan on, like, from the Hillenhelm website, I plan on selling swords because I work with a lot of HEMA companies in China to bring them over to the US.
Okay.
So yeah, that's the main thing I have in mind right now.
Do you have any storefront right now, or is that a to-do?
It's a to-do thing.
Okay.
I have sold swords to local fencers and some fencers out of state, but I'm not gonna make it like a business or like public yet because it's just need work.
Yeah. Dude, this is great. When you go to Hilton Helm, I have to, or not the Oklahoma one. What is it called? Geslenfeld? I don't know how to pronounce.
Gazelle, in fact.
Gazelle, in fact. Quan Kicker is in that neck of the woods. I should tell him. And then I don't know if he'd be interested in checking that place out, but yeah, that you could potentially meet up with Quan Kicker when you're in Oklahoma.
Quan Kicker?
Yeah, he's the OG. He's the one of the first 2 martial artists on YouTube. He's the guy that inspired me to become a YouTuber. Yeah, it shows generation, right? So he's older than me. I'm older than you. So like you wouldn't know about Quan Kicker, but people my age all saw Quan Kicker when YouTube started.
Huh. That's interesting.
Yeah, exactly. So I would consider you 3rd generation martial arts YouTuber. I'm 2nd generation. He's 1st generation. Yeah, that's so cool. Like I'll tell him. I wonder if he'll show up because he lives in Oklahoma. So
yeah, it's in Oklahoma City. So
yeah, I know. I saw that. I was like, oh, generation 3 martial arts YouTuber could be generation 1. Okay, I'm gonna let him because I was supposed to call him back yesterday, but I got busy. So today I'm gonna tell him. I'm telling him there's gonna be a huge HEMA tournament in October where he is.
Yeah, it's I'm scared of that tournament. Some big names are gonna show up. And like, well, main thing is I'm excited to get my ass kicked. So, yeah.
They have unarmed combat also.
Yeah.
Wow. Who is like the number 1? I guess it depends on the category, right? Who are the number 1 people right now in HEMA?
Let me do a check actually. So I think the number 1 right now in longsword is Stephen Chaney in Philly right now, and he I believe he has a kendo background.
Wow.
No, right now it's Miro. Miro is also stupid crazy good. So,
okay, I see.
Miro, I don't know how to pronounce his last name, is the number 1 longsword fencer right now.
Okay.
Saber, right, is and Tony Obrinsky. Yeah, he also one of those crazy good people. And Rapier right now is Rob Childs, and I personally think Rob Childs is like if you were to put them in a vacuum, on like what they're good at, I think Rob Childs is the best like fencer, like HEMA fencer in the world.
Wow.
Because in longsword you have like Miro and Tony, Stephen Chaney. They're all really, really really good, but they're all competing with each other. Same thing with Saber. There's like Anthony, Pedro, Conrad. They're all really good, but they're all still like competing with each other. in Rapier, there's Rob Charles, and like Rob Charles, it's he I think in the past, let me check. Actually, in the past few years, almost all of his tournaments has been in him in first place.
Wow.
Yes.
I just found one. Rob Childs versus Andy Hogg. Let's see.
Oh, Andy Hong, yeah. That's Galachad, yeah, that guy's great.
Uh-huh.
I always wanted to meet him because his YouTube channel and mine are like identical.
I see. So let
So,
me.
yeah, I think they're club mates. Actually, wait, no, they are. That is his instructor. Rob's tall one, and Rob is notorious for fencing like strictly point low.
Oh, so he does your same guard basically.
Yeah.
Oh.
I'm more inspired like my type of fencing after him.
Oh.
Yeah, and like they both normally fence guard low.
Mm-hmm.
Like
Wow.
Rob Charles is notorious for being like extremely point low, and his offhand being like up in your face doing like spell casting.
So it does serve a little bit as a distraction.
So the main thing about Rapier is that if a thrust is going at you in Rapier, you can parry it with your hands. You can slap it aside. As long as your hand is not touching is not like facing the tip, you can bat a sword aside when it comes to a thrust. Well, like I think Rob himself says that he does. He originally started doing that to keep in mind that he can have his offhand at the ready to defend, but then he started moving it around because even if there's like, even though he is good at those hand parries, just keeps your head going, or you don't want to blur out or like unfocus.
Yeah.
Focus. It's distracting. Even if someone just glances a little, it tells you a lot about how they focus.
Mm-hmm.
3, it can keep your timing up. So if you want to make them think, like make them overthink even and slow down, because you're like preparing for a feint. You're preparing to go for like a really fast direct attack. You can slow down, and if you want them to be really reactive because you're preparing to go to a feint, you can speed up. Because it sets time.
That makes sense. It's wow. So I'll lull you. Ooh, or
yeah,
that's so funny.
Yeah.
Cool, dude. Well, I think this is a good stopping point. I think we talked about a lot of good stuff, and I just think in the future, whenever we have more to talk about, let's just do more of these.
Yeah, great.
Yeah, dude, it's always great to hear your progress. And I'm in grad school right now, so I'm a little busier. But I think after October, when you do that tournament, we should do another talk.
Yeah.
And hopefully I can convince Quant Kicker to come, and then I get a picture of you two. That's so
awesome.
funny, the generational divide that like Gen Z like you doesn't even know Quad Kicker, and that's fine because Quad Kicker he kind of got disillusioned with YouTube, which I don't blame him. I'm getting disillusioned with YouTube too. So it's like most Gen Z wouldn't know him. So yeah, that's so funny.
You actually mind sending me his channel?
Yeah, I'll send you his channel right now so you can he might have changed he changed his name. So he's no longer Quan Kicker. So I'll send it to you right now so you can save it. He just goes by his official name now, Micah Brock.
Okay.
So yeah, I didn't realize he took out Quan Kicker completely. But yeah, he just goes by his name now, Micah Brock. Wow, good on him. Yeah. So did you save it?
Oh yeah, I saved it.
Okay, cool,
I'm on his
perfect,
channel right now.
awesome. So everyone, this is Brother Guan, and when I put this video out, I'll just send it to him. So I'll plant it in his mind. You got to go meet up with Brother Guan when he's in Oklahoma. Cool. I will stop recording now. So everyone, thank you for
thanks.
watching, and I will put Brother Guan's content and his channel in the description and everything.
All right, thank you.